Welcome. Game of Thrones, Season 7, Episode 6, Episode 5, Eastwatch. We begin. So first of all, this is going to be a 10-minute episode. I'm just going to try to blow through this. A lot of shit happened here, so bear with me. So it begins Jaime and Bronn. Damn, I thought Jaime might have. Of course, Jaime can't die like that, though. Jaime and Bronn pop up out of the water, the river on the other side, looking at all the smoke and the ashes. And Bronn about that money, because Bronn was like, listen, you still owe me some money, and I can't have you dying or getting killed by a dragon. I ain't gonna have no dragon take that away from me because your dumb ass want to jump in front of it. Jaime meets with Cersei and tells Cersei what happened. She was like, how many men we got left? He was like, yo, she got 3 dragons. We ain't winning this war. He told her about Olenna Tyrell before she died, which she said she didn't believe her. She didn't believe him. She said, you believed her? She said, did she tell you that before or after, you drank the poison that you provided for her? And she said after. She's like, you believe it? He told her, listen, he said, if you were her, would you rather your daughter have married Joffrey or Tommen? Shut up, Lex. Yeah, anyway, she was like, damn. She was like, Newman. I knew she should have died screaming. So anyway, Jaime later on meets with Tyrion. So they try to go forge a Tyrion and them. They get back to Casterly Rock and they meet Tyrion, which they cheated us out of a Bronn and Tyrion scene because they cool, and we should have been able to see that because they ain't seen each other in a long time. So anyway, they trick him. Jaime meets him downstairs. They talk, and he's like, "Listen, we got a deal. We're gonna pledge a deal. What's the name wants to see you." I'm tripping. Tyrion told Jaime that Khaleesi wants to cut a deal. Not a deal, but needs to, So ultimately what they want to do is get Cersei to believe in the White Walkers. So anyway, they trick Jaime and they meet Tyrion downstairs. And Jaime tells Cersei that, that Khaleesi wants to meet with her. She agrees, but her stinking ass is pregnant again. And then she hugs Jaime and she says, don't ever betray me again. So, she definitely feeling herself. Sansa is back at the place and the knights are trying to hold her as queen. And Arya is watching. As permanent queen, Arya is watching from a distance. And Arya had to tell her, it was like, listen, they just talk bad about our big bro who they voted in king, and you let them, you might want to start ruling with an iron fist around here while you have it. She was like, that's not the way that's not the way I get down. That's not the way you get down to get people to work with you. So, but she dropped some knowledge on, Arya dropped some knowledge on it and she dipped off and let, let Sansa think about what had happened. So Jon, oh shit, I'm telling this out of order, but whatever. Tyrion walks through the ashes, just trying to figure out what happened at the war. Okay, so Cersei has captured all the men. Not Cersei, damn. Khaleesi has captured all the soldiers. And she tells them, she said, listen, I know what Cersei told you all, that I was some evil queen looking to burn up your village, your women and children. But that's not me, that's her. She said, but get down or lay down, basically. and Sam's father and his brother wouldn't kneel. So she was like, all right, let's get it. And Tyrion was trying hard to stop her from doing it. She was like, Tyrion told her, he's like, you can't go just chopping people's heads, whole families' heads off. And she said, oh, I'm not going to chop their heads off. No, no, no. She looked at the dragon. She was like, I'm going to flame their asses. And that's what she did. Tyrion tried to get the son at least to fall back, but they held hands, and Dragon, he flamed their ass. I'm talking about whoosh. And yeah. So Sam's brother and father is gone. Yeah, she wasn't trying to have it with Tyrion, was trying to stop her. So Bran sent them birds and saw those White Walkers. He saw where they were. Then he got a letter to. He sent the raven to the maesters, and Sam heard it, and he overheard him. He was like, "Listen, I've seen it. I think you ought to listen." Of course, they don't believe in any of it. They think it's a setup for Daenerys to come in and wipe everybody out to keep them open. So then. I mean, it's a weird thing to be, woke or whatever, or just to have a certain insight on something that nobody else sees, And it's like, I think what I've figured out is if, I don't always practice it, but, if you get still for a minute, it'll allow you to see some stuff that you wouldn't have seen before. We're inundated all day with, stuff coming at us, driving, books, reading, TV, so anyway, it's just my little whatever. So Tyrion in Varys is talking about, Tyrion in Varys is talking about how to make Khaleesi listen. Tyrion plans to talk to Cersei, so, wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Tyrion comes up with the plan for them to take a real live White Walker to Cersei so she can see it's real, so she can prepare like everybody else. Khaleesi doesn't want Jon to go right before they leave. She says, your queen hasn't let you leave. Jon was like, listen, I don't need you to do nothing. I'm gonna get out of here. She definitely warmed for Jon's form. Not even gonna lie. She landed. What happened? Did I say that? Oh man, did I even say that last time? Oh yeah. So Khaleesi landed the dragon when she came back, and she landed it right in front of Jon. And Jon was shook, but the dragon let Jon rub its face, and Khaleesi looked at it. She was like, I think she wanted him. She definitely wants him now. So anyway, old Paul Walker is back. He back in the realm. And it's just all intertwined. He's back. He's meeting Jon. Jon served with old Paul Walker's dad. And Sam, which was Jon's boy, cured old Paul. It's a family affair, but somebody's dying, so you ain't gonna trick me again. So before Jon leaves, he says, oh shit. So wait a minute. When Tyrion went back to go to talk to Jaime, Davos went and got Robert Baratheon's bastard. He was ready to go. He was like, all right, whatever you talking about, let's get it. And they almost got stopped before they left. And Davos, again, that mouthpiece got them out of trouble. But then the guards turned around. The guards who was asking them, where y'all going, what's on the ship? Davos paid him off. He told him some shit. Turn around, they see Tyrion. They see the scar on his face. It was like, wait, the queen is looking for us. So then little Robert bashed both of them in the face. And then they left. So they bring Robert back to meet Jon. And first he was supposed to, Davos was like, look, don't tell nobody who you are. Just shut up. Little Robert was like, what up, Jon? I'm Robert's bastard son. What's good? He was like, all right, let's go. we can use you there. So, yeah, man. I mean, Littlefinger secretly meets with some of the knights, and then he meets with somebody, and he's like, this is it. And Arya is watching from a distance. He said, this is it. Yeah, this is the only copy you got. Boom. He goes in the room, locks the door, comes out. Arya's right behind him. She gets the key, goes in there, comes out. Obviously, he was at a vantage point looking at her too. Can't outsmart Littlefinger, but I don't know yet. Let's see. So Sam was talking to Wifey, and he snapped. And he was like, Sam's tired of being there, so he snuck away to the library, and you could tell he really wanted to be there, but he left. And old girl was like, "You ready? You sure you want to go?" So Sam stole some books and dipped off, and he was like, "I'm tired of reading about the accomplishments of greater man or great man or something like that." As his dad told him, who got fricasseed. He got creme brulee earlier with his son. So John, boom, boom, boom. So John, before he left, he said, "I wish you good fortune in the wars to come." He says that to Khaleesi. And Khaleesi, like, she swallowed hard, like, I'm telling you, it's going to go down. I know it. So, John's back. He's telling the Ginger the plan. They need to gather up some people to go get a White Walker. So obviously they go to the dungeons, and I don't remember. Maybe I'm watching, Overload. Maybe I'm having overload, but I don't remember what's the name getting captured. Mountain and his two brothers without arms or whatever. Anyway, they got captured, and so they grabbed them. The Ginger looks at old Paul Walker. He was like, "Your daddy used to hunt us." He was like, "Y'all used to do the same, yada, yada, yada." So they get them boys, and now they all about to go into the woods to capture a White Walker so they can let everybody know it's real. 12 and a half minutes, my bad. Marathon continues. R.I.P. Neil Puzzle. R.I.P. Erica, class of 98. Love y'all, man.